Howdy Brendon, it's Thursday. Good to see you again. I'm glad to hear from your video on melancholy. Gosh, that was a great video. If you haven't seen the video, I recommend that you go and watch it right now. Brendon did a great video on the beauty and truth behind melancholy, and wow, was it awesome. But today I'm going to switch gears into something a little bit more positive. What do you think represents Alaska best as an animal? Most people will say moose, bear, salmon, something like that. However, I think it's birds. Today I'm going to talk to you about why birds are the best representation of Alaska. And to lighten the mood up a little bit, Brendon, I'm going to be doing a number of puns all throughout the video and then finishing in a catastrophe of wonderful bird puns. So if you hear any bird wordplay, call it out in the comments below. My goal is to try and have you all owling with laughter. Now time to get down to business. See, flight is integral to Alaskan culture. It's a part of everything they do. It's the only way to get the far distances that Alaska is, and that flight is reflected in the size of their airports. Alaska's airports are huge based on their population size. Now, Brendon, I know you've been in large airports before, and I know that the Anchorage Airport and the Fairbanks Airport are not impressive compared to, say, Dulles or the Atlanta Airport, anything like that, or any of the New York airports like LaGuardia, Chicago's O'Hare. These are all enormous compared to Alaskan airports. However, Brendon, you have to realize that Alaska doesn't have a huge population. You've been in Montana Big Sky airports times before, and there are maybe 2, 4 gates depending on what city that you're in. In Fairbanks, there were 6 gates available just on the side of the airport that I was on. I come from a place where, Brendon, there really aren't any sides to the airport. It's pretty much just one airport. Everything's kind of in one location. But Fairbanks, being about the same size as, say, Missoula, where I'm from, has different wings, whole different wings of the airport, several of them, actually. And the same thing is true of Anchorage, only more so. Brendon, their airports are so big, they're bigger than a Thanksgiving turkey. Brendon, another reason why I think a bird better represents Alaska than any of the other animals is that Alaska is so far north. It's flying high above the other states. I know it seems kind of odd to explain it this way, but Alaska is literally above everyone else, just like a bird would be. Another thing to consider, Brendon, is that Alaska's size is huge. Not only is its size huge, but its sky is huge. You and I come from the land of the big sky, but let me tell you, Brendon, Alaska's sky is so much bigger than Montana's. It's incredible. And because of that big sky, Brendon, Alaskans need flight in order to get from place to place within Alaska. There is so much time in between just Anchorage and Fairbanks and say Prudhoe Bay or Barrow, Alaska, far in the north, that flight is absolutely essential to how they just do business up there. Something I noticed about the people of Alaska while I was up there was that they're very free and very independent. They're willing to rely on themselves. They want to fix things themselves. They want to make things themselves. And nothing really represents this better than flying. Even when you're flying in a herd, you have to fly under your own power, your own strength. Brendon, Alaskans need flight because it is so big. It is so big that on a map you would never need to magnify it. Now, Brendon, I want you to hear me raving about their flag. Their flag is literally a picture of the Big Dipper. They're looking into the sky, even in their flag. Flight is so ingrained in the culture of Alaska that even their cobbled together contraptions that should be illegal are just a part of their daily culture there. We really care about the community here at Jen and Els, and we would really like to hear any comments or feedbacks, any of the puns that you heard or new puns you wanted to add in. Just don't parrot anything back. I don't want anybody to worry. I'm pretty good at punning. I just don't want anybody to quail under the might of my puns. So, just because I'm good at this foul business, don't go grousing about it. To those of you I've issued a challenge to for punning, I have 3 words for you. Are you chicken?
Brendon, you need a challenge.
1, I want you to write a poem. 2, it can't be greater than 12 lines. 3, it has to be about food. Jen and El's out.